you today?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
What Thanks so much for coming in. What brings you here?
Well, as I said when I scheduled the appointment, I really want to mend this relationship with my daughter. My daughter is the oldest of five kids, and she's been out of the house now for 3 years and has stopped complete communication with me. She's the only child, my only daughter. I have, like I said, five kids and, four boys. And I really feel bad that we don't have a good relationship. We don't even talk. And I really want to mend this relationship. I feel really guilty, and I just would love for you to give me some advice on how to reconnect with her.
Well, first off, Erica, I commend you for coming in here because you are addressing something that is very dear to you. I could understand and empathize how the relationship with your daughter would affect you because that is your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And the first step is starting here. Can I get a little bit of background, maybe the age difference between you guys?
Yeah, so my daughter just turned 19. And she left the home when she was 16. I didn't even get a chance to see her graduate or for her to go to prom, and it's just extremely hard for me. We had a huge fight. I have a boyfriend, and she didn't like the boyfriend, and she really just started rebelling. And I really didn't know how to handle it. He's a pretty decent guy. He screams sometimes, and demands, them to keep the house clean. But um, but overall, he's a good provider, and he truly, likes the kids. I'm not gonna say he loves them, but he likes the kids. And he's just a boyfriend. I've been with him now 4 years, and him and my daughter, they just bump heads. And I guess she feels like he should not be in the home. He should not be around me or her brothers. So she just made a decision to leave, and she's now living with her father.
Okay, so the boyfriend is not her biological father.
No.
Okay.
No.
Now, did growing up, were there multiple boyfriends in and out the home?
There wasn't really. Her father and I, we were never married, but we were together pretty much most of our adult lives. And it just didn't work out. And he went his way, and I went my way. And I met this guy about 4 years ago, and I don't know if he's going to be around forever, but he's here now. But I would never put him over the children. I don't feel like I have anyway. And he's not abusive. He screams sometimes and demands, things to be done around the home, but she just was fed up and she left. And, at this point, if I have to put him out to get her back, I'm willing to do that. I don't know what solutions or what I should do at this point.
Well, at this point, I feel like, the damage has been done. So, you might want to come at her maybe from a different angle because she might feel like it's, him versus her. But the issues might come from things that are a little bit deeper that stem way before the boyfriend. Maybe the boyfriend was just the trigger, but it probably came from before then. Can I have a little bit of background about yourself and how, you grew up with your parents? Were they loving? Were they caring? Did they argue? Just tell me a little bit about that.
Definitely. So, I grew up in two-parent home. My dad was a provider. My mother was hardworking as well, and they had a amazing relationship. It was a very stable home. My mother, I have one brother, and we did get spankings and discipline, but it was a balance. my mother was there for the good and the bad. She's actually my role model. However, honestly, I never thought that I would be in a relationship and not be married. And that's kind of what happened with her father. We were high school sweethearts and we ended up having children together, but he never really wanted to commit. And he has multiple, kids out there. I think he has like 12 kids. And so I eventually just had to, let go of that relationship. So he's no longer in the picture. And so it's been rough for me being a single mom and raising them. I've tried not to have men in and out of the house. However, I did meet this guy, and it's been nice. It's been nice having someone to assist and help pay some of the bills and be, a friend and someone that I can kind of, communicate different things that are going on with the kids. And, it's almost like we're their parents because their father is really not in the picture. But so that's pretty much the history with that. I have a stable job. I am a pretty happy person, I can say. I really don't have any depression. I would, love to have a little bit more time to do things that I enjoy. But, I have to work, and so I spend a lot of time working. I would love to eventually start my own business. I would love to, open up a daycare eventually. But right now, I'm just doing the 9-to-5 thing.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have some really positive attributes. I hear that you are employed. You do have things going for yourself. You want to start a business one day, which is really, really good. Based off of what I'm hearing you telling me about your background, you were used to having a father around, who provides. Mm-hmm. And so, you have this boyfriend who was kind of doing the same thing as well. So, I can understand that looking at it from that angle, that you're just trying to do the best for your daughter and your children by having the same type of role model that you grew up with. If there's a way that you could possibly, she could see that as well, maybe she wouldn't look at you like, you're choosing him over her when really you're trying to have a better life for her than her own father possibly gave her. Maybe there's types of therapy that, I can look into to maybe where you two can meet up one-on-one and, begin to open up to each other, and maybe you can just kind of share those things that you let me know, because I'm sure at, 19, if you shared that from that angle, maybe she would look at things differently, because it sounds like you're coming from a really good place.
Wow, you really touched on some really important things here. I mean, I never thought about why I'm in this relationship, because that's what I've known, two-parent home. And I never really thought about like maybe communicating with her outside of the home and addressing my feelings. I've always kind of been like, it's my way or the highway, but I think most important thing right now is for her to know that I miss her and I love her and I want her back in my life. So I'm definitely willing to take some of those steps in order to, to resolve any other techniques or things that that you could advise me on.
Like I stated, possibly meeting up and just taking things very slow, because again, these things didn't happen overnight, and both of you seem that you're both hurt. You seem like you have very similar personalities. So just taking things slow and starting, with that one-on-one communication, to where maybe she can feel like she has her mother to herself, where she's not sharing her mother with everybody. She just has that one-on-one, quality time, which will allow her which will make her feel important.
Wow, you hit on some amazing, ideas and solutions. I do appreciate this. You don't even understand. I really don't have anybody to talk about this to. I feel so like embarrassed to let people know that, my only daughter is not in the home. So thank you. I truly appreciate that. This time that you are spending with me and giving me some great techniques on how to resolve this. And I really enjoy pampering myself. Maybe I can invite her on a little pamper date and me and her spend the day together, and just slowly start talking about these issues. Maybe I just need to be more of a friend right now and not try to be such a disciplinary, because I feel like she sometimes says, I never can live up to your expectations, or it's always your way or no way. And I think I'm at the stage where I just want my daughter back.
Okay.
So thank you.
Okay. Those are excellent suggestions. I think that would really help, starting, you two can go and have a pampering together and, just taking things very slow. But those are excellent suggestions, and I'm glad that you're seeing that for yourself as other options to try to reach out to her instead of being so defensive when really you want to connect with her as well.
So right. You are so right. Good. So do you think I should get her brothers involved in our outings, or should I just keep it between me and her right now?
I feel for right now, you just want to keep it between you and her right now, from woman to woman's perspective. I feel that maybe that male energy will make her maybe think about the boyfriend or you putting men first before her. So just one-on-one time right now, and then slowly bring them in, because the issues that y'all two have, you can relate more because you are of the same gender.
Right, that's true. So you think I shouldn't keep, I should just keep the relationship and everything as it is and just work on my relationship with her outside of the home?
I feel like outside of the home first, because it sounds like to me that, this boyfriend figure is someone that you care about a lot. Now, granted, he does have his own issues, but that's a work within itself. The way you explained it to me, as far as, what he provides for you, I would just leave him alone for now and just focus on you two. Because she's not in the household. And necessarily getting rid of him, immediately still won't might not put you and her back together if you don't resolve what you two have outside of him, because he just came along several years ago.
Right. You made a valid point. He's really not the issue. It's me and her. I agree with you. I agree. Thank you. So do you have any homework for me or anything that you would like me to work on? Or do you think that just scheduling a time for me and her to meet is enough right now?
The first thing that I would assign for you to do is maybe after you schedule a follow-up, possibly, try to reach out to her.
Okay.
Share that you did stop by, counseling, and that you would like to start over with her.
Okay.
And possibly work on the relationship. No judging, no defensiveness, but that you are making the efforts to try to mend things with her. So just reach out to her.
Okay.
And call her or text her, and just reach out to her and let her know the steps that you're taking, because it possibly will make her feel like, oh, okay, my mother is trying to mend stuff with me. She's attempting.
Okay.
So that'd be the first assignment. Second, if there's, I don't know, are you do attend church or any type of?
I do.
Okay.
I don't go as often anymore, but I do feel good when I'm there. So I think I should add that back. It's just I go on Saturday nights, and maybe I can even invite her with me.
Yes, something with you two and her together, and possibly being around. I know most churches have women's ministry. Possibly doing an event. Going to an event with her and other women, so she can kind of see those surroundings, and maybe try to it'll help the bond a little bit more, because it'll be you and her and other just women together,
Mm-hmm.
going towards the same thing. So.
Okay. Wow, you gave me a really good idea. Next Wednesday, our women's ministry is having a sisterhood event. And maybe that'll be a great opportunity for me to just invite her, and it's not just a one-on-one, it's not so awkward. And it's a lot, a lot of people there, and it's a positive event. I think that'll be a great thing, and maybe I'll do that. I'll go ahead and just invite her to that, and it gives her a little bit of time to decide and get her schedule right. Thank you. That's a great idea.
Yes, well, it seems like you've, when you started the session, it seems like you came up with some really good solutions and explored the reasoning behind your issue with your daughter. And it looks like you're going to have, great efforts towards possibly mending that. And again, I commend you for taking the steps to wanting to better that relationship.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will definitely come back. I actually feel lighter. I feel better than I did, a week ago. So, even this morning, I feel so much lighter. Thank you.
Well, that's great to hear. And I look forward to seeing you again, possibly with your daughter as well.
Thank you. Will do. All righty.